say this all the time to people because I have a.
So, do you listen to K-pop? Do I listen to K-pop? No, I'm not a fan of K-pop, right? So I don't listen to K-pop, but I know how popular it is. I know that you have all these bands, right? Like what's that one? Blackpink, BTS, EXO, Twice, and like I don't know how I know all of it, but they just indicates how popular they are. You don't have to be a K-pop fan to know about it, right? You don't have to listen to Blackpink to know about Blackpink. You don't have to listen to BTS to know about BTS. Like in a way, their influence is literally right outside of K-pop. It's not just about K-pop. It's like their existence, everyone knows about it. So despite me not listening to K-pop, I'm very aware of all the things that's happening with K-pop. So do you watch Bollywood movies? Oh man. Uh you know what, that's funny. The thing is, now I don't watch Bollywood movies, but I remember at one point I was watching 3 Bollywood movies a day. Like I was literally watching 3 Bollywood movies a day. I don't know how I got into it. It was like when I realized it, I was watching 3 Bollywood movies a day. But eventually, like ultimately, I got tired because come on, there's no way you can watch 3 movies a day. It was just mentally and physically impossible. But I remember I did that for like 3 weeks, I think. Like for 3 weeks, I watched 3 Bollywood movies a day. Oh man! And by the end, I was like, I just don't wanna. By the end, I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not coming back to Bollywood. So, so since then, I have not seen a single Bollywood movie. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not go. It doesn't mean that I'm not ever going to watch Bollywood movies again. It just, I don't know. You know, it like we'll see, right? I might get back into Bollywood movies, or I might not. Okay, okay. Let me ask you this question. What do you think of abortion? What do I think of abortion? I don't that you know to be honest, I don't want to make a blind opinion on it because I know nothing about it, right? I'm not a woman, so I don't know what kind of process that you have to go through if you're a woman. And if you're a woman, I don't know how you have to deal with abortion. And so it's really hard to see it from the point of somebody who cannot experience something, right? So it's like if you a lot of women talk about the pain that they have to go through whenever they are on their period, right? But as a guy, it's kind of hard to imagine how much the pain will be, right? It's like, yeah, you empathize, you feel for him, right? You feel sorry for him, you empathize with him, but at the end of the day, you don't know what kind of pain it is that they have to go through. So that's the same opinion that I have with abortion, is that I don't know what kind of decisions and what kind of things that they have to go through in order to do it. I mean, you could argue that it is a terrible thing, right? It is terrible to kill to kill the baby, and you could make a lot of arguments, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it is an individual decision. Maybe not always. Sometimes, because sometimes it's not really your decision to get abortion, right? It could be your parents telling you to get abortion for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, I feel like it comes down to individual decision. So I'll just leave it at that. So do you know anything about Hitler? Do I know anything about Hitler? No, I don't. I'm not. I have no knowledge when it comes to history. Like I know nothing about history. I know nothing about historical figures. I know nothing about all of this. Right. I I have almost no interest in history. I'm one of those people that only care about what happens in the what happens in the present and what happens in the future. I don't look back on the past. Yeah, you could learn from the past. You could learn from the mistakes that other people have made in the past. So in that aspect, yeah, I totally get it. But at the end of the day, you gotta live in the present. You gotta live your best in the present, and you gotta look forward to the future. So have you seen all the live action Spider-Man movies? Have I seen all the live action Spider-Man movies? Yeah, I believe I have. I've seen Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the entire franchise. I've seen it, and then I've also seen the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and also I've seen Tom Holland, what do they call, trilogy or whatever the term is. I've seen it as well. So I believe I've seen all of it, like all the live action Spider-Man movies. So did you enjoy them? Did you enjoy all of them? How do you feel about them? It is interesting because every like I mean like every Spider-Man movie is good. Like it it could have the most ridiculous plot, but at the end of the day, you're watching it because you wanna see Spidey. You expect nothing, right? You just wanna see Spidey, like, hanging around, fighting bad guys. That's all you you expect in a Spider-Man movie, and that is the intention that I go in. That is the intention that I go into Spider-Man movie is I just want to have fun. I don't really care like the plot necessarily. I just want to see the Spidey sticking to the wall and trying to get a girl and trying to fit in school. That's all I want to know about it. So in that aspect, yeah, I did enjoy all the Spider-Man movies. So what about Batman? Have you seen all the live action Batman movies? Um, have I? No, I have not. I have not seen all of it, but I've seen most of it. I believe I've seen the entire Nolan trilogy, right? Entire trilogy, Batman trilogy, directed by Christopher Nolan. I've seen it. I've seen the entire franchise, and I've also seen Batman 1989, but I haven't seen the sequel of it, which is Batman 1991. So, and I've also seen the half of the Batman, which came out in 2022, right? Robert Pattinson Batman. So yeah, I've seen most of them. I've seen most of live action Batman stuff. No way. No way, no way. Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you masturbate? Do I masturbate? That if I have to tell you the truth, yes I do. It's kind of embarrassing to talk about it, but yeah, I do. I think every human does it if they wanna admit it or not. But I do admit it that I do masturbate. But so how many times a week? How many times do you do a week or a month? It depends, right? I don't have a schedule on when I'm gonna do it, right? So I do it if I want to. I don't do it if I don't want to. So it's really depend. It is dependent on how I feel and what my mood is. But the truth is, I try to stay away from it as much as possible because I feel like it does. Because I feel like it does harm to me than giving me benefit, right? I don't know. I just feel a change every time I do it. It's like yeah, you do it, and then when you finish it, you feel gross. You feel like you're like you're like you question yourself. You're like, why did I even do that? It's the same reaction that I have every time I do it, every time I finish it. So for that, I try to stay away from it. I try not to do it as often as possible because I know that it contributes nothing to my life. It only brings me shame and discomfort. So I try not to do it. Okay, okay. I know that you don't use I know that you don't use Instagram anymore. But what do you think of it? What do you think of the time when you used it? Did you find it? Like, how did you find it? How did you find Instagram? I mean, it was. I'll say this. I thought it was better than Facebook in the in regards to being simple. To me, I feel like Instagram is more easier to Instagram is much easier to use than Facebook, right? I mean, you might not agree on that statement, but that's what I thought, right? And it was pretty simple and easy to use, and yeah, that's pretty much what I think on Instagram. Even when I was using it, I wasn't spending a lot of time on it, right? I will only get on it a few minutes a day, and so yeah. Yo, 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 yo. So do you know A24? Oh yeah, I know it. It's a movie production company, right? They mostly specialize in horror movies. They make like very bizarre horror movies. They also make like that, but mostly they specialize in horror. Mostly they specialize in the mostly they specialize in the genre of horror. That's what they do. It's kind of crazy. I feel like they make like they have one movie comes out every month, which is crazy. They have completely taken over the genre of horror. They have horror movies coming out literally every month. It's insane. So if you're a fan of A24, you don't have to be concerned about not having enough movies to watch because you have a movie coming out every month. Coming out every month. How do you pronounce it? So have you seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Yes, I have. I have. Uh, I believe they have three movies, right? Three Wimpy Kid movies. and I believe I've seen all of them, but it was a lot. It was like years and years ago. But so I don't remember much. But it's pretty much about this boy, and he's pretty much trying to fit in school, right? And so it's pretty much about him going about his day and having a lot of unfortunate accidents and that kind of stuff. And yeah, with that, that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys again. And before that, let me say a few words, and that is that signing off from this world, and bye.